Hi, this is Elshua and John. We're doing a lot of different stuff. This time we want to talk about gaming with the VR. We bought the new Oculus Quest.
Gotta get it right now.
How cool is that? Okay, so let's start off with why the Oculus Quest. Now, there's a bunch of other VR things, and we were very skeptical about VR in the first place because about 10 years ago when 3D came out, we weren't so convinced by it. But then we gave it a go in a supermarket and thought, okay, we'll try it. And why the Quest? Now, the Quest is a standalone console, so you don't need to connect it to a computer, which is cool, which I think only the Oculus Go does. And then the other big thing is that there's the PlayStation VR, but the specs aren't anywhere near as good as on the Quest. Like, it's a much worse resolution. So I think PlayStation are just kind of pumping it out to sell the rest of their PlayStation 4 consoles before PlayStation 5 comes out. So, you know, one of those kind of periphery things.
Yeah, and to our background, I'm actually, I mean, we played a little bit. We played Rayman, Donkey Kong. I'm not, how should I say that? Like, I'm not like the standard gamer, but with VR, it's really fun. And I'm actually very new to VR gaming. Like, that's the first time that we ever tried something like that. And I'm fascinated. It's fantastic. The only thing that I noticed is that it's a bit of a strain on the eyes. After like 30 to 60 minutes, I have enough. And the headset is a little bit heavy. So we want to look into more like things to make it more comfortable.
There's like a strap you can get, and then there's a counterweight at the back and stuff. So we'll do all that. As for me and gaming, I've always played video games, like not heaps, but like always. It's always been there, and it doesn't matter. Turn-based strategy, real-time strategy, first-person shooters, FIFA, you know, sports simulations, all that. But of course, a lot of these game formats don't actually work in VR. Like, how are you going to do real-time strategy or turn-based? I mean, you could do it, I guess, but it wouldn't really be the full effect. Like, most of the VR stuff is more like first-person, I guess, shooter or stuff. But it's still very new, so I don't know what other games are going to come out now.
So, this is the baby, the Oculus Quest, and you see it has these straps all over, so this is one of the first things that you should do to align it perfectly for your head, that it really fits right, because otherwise your vision is not perfect and it gets blurry, so it's very important that it is perfect. And I've noticed, because I strap it on pretty hard to get a perfect vision, and after that, like half an hour later, I still have the straps on my face.
Yeah, and that's one problem, because of course then we always need to, depending on who's using it, we always need to calibrate it for our personal heads. These are the hand pieces, which are kind of cool. They're kind of confusing at first. This is the right one actually, because this button's here. That's should be on the other side. But yeah, and these take a little bit of a while to figure out, but I think I got it now. Yeah.
In 2020, they wanna do the upgrade for like hands, that Oculus Quest, because it has cameras here on the edge, 4 of them, and they wanna do the hand recognition, and this will be available for some games, but not all of them. And it also makes more sense to have this in your hand and you can shoot. You know, like I tried the game Super Hot, and I love it. It's a real workout. I'm jumping around in the room like crazy. Like, if somebody doesn't know what a VR thing is, they would just think that I'm like nuts. But it's a lot of fun.
So you may have noticed on our channel we've recently done some gaming videos with the Oculus Quest, because we just think it's so much fun, and it's a bit of a departure from our other content, but it's awesome fun. Like, it's just sweet.
Yes, and in the beginning you have the Guardian. You need to like, if you have the same room every time, you can line it up where you want to have your game area. But you need to be careful that you have the line like approximately like 20 meters away from the wall, because if this is there and you just punch out, I hit my hand already on the desk, not hard, but a little bit. So be aware of that, where your gaming area is, and have like a little outer line as well to the wall or a desk or other furniture, that you don't hurt yourself. Very important. And I have the feeling that you really lose track of time. You're completely in this other dimension, other world, and it's actually it depends what you do. I tried, what's it called on the high building? Something with plank. And I tried that and I fell down off the building and I lost balance in the room. It was really a little bit scary. And after that, I felt nauseous as well. So it depends if you're sensitive like me or you're not. I think you don't get that, or?
But I haven't tried that plank game yet. But no, I haven't felt woozy or anything. But yeah, you totally lose understanding of where you actually are, because the virtual room that you're in is always so convincing. Well, one other thing is, like, you actually could use a really big room. Now, I don't exactly understand how it works, because you kind of map out an area at the beginning and you say, okay, this is the area that you play in, so it gives you warning things if you go out of that area. It says that you can do like 15 by 15 meters, which is a huge space. What's that in feet?
I don't remember.
Yeah, which is huge in feet as well. And so I don't really understand how it works. Like, does the area adapt to the size of gaming area that you've designated? Because I kind of get the impression that's what's going on. But a lot of games are made, like, they have different controls, and one of them is made to be stationary, so you can just stand and you just move with the controllers, and you don't actually have to physically move.
Yeah, and we thought, okay, then we use it outside or something. But you should not use this outside, because these lenses in here, they're really sensitive to sunlight. So maybe on a cloudy day you can risk it, I don't know. But we thought about indoor opportunities, and maybe we just go and rent a tennis court.
Like an big indoor tennis court. I mean, how sweet would that be?
That would be fantastic, right? So this is one contrapoint. Like, you need a really big room to enjoy the full opportunities of the VR game, but it's also possible with a smaller room. Like, we use maybe 2 to 3 meters here, and it's also fine.
The Oculus Quest is a complete standalone unit, right? But you can connect it to a PC and then get games from like Steam or whatever, and then play them through the Quest. But you need a cable for that. They haven't figured out a way to make that cable free. Now, there's some big titles like Minecraft or Skyrim that you can play with the Quest. I haven't tried those. I think Skyrim's like another 70 euros or something like that, which seems a bit silly, because I already have the original Skyrim game and all that. And then I also wonder, like, these games weren't originally made for VR, so is that really the best option? Like, aren't there going to be these kind of adventure games that were specifically made for VR that will have much better features, in a sense? That's what I think, at least. So I'm not going to go for Skyrim, although I'm intrigued.
I don't have so many comparisons to other games, but I did not like the 3D at all. The VR is a completely different level for me with the Oculus Quest. I mean, I don't have any experience with Rift or whatever. This is really the first VR device that we use, and it's so much fun. We have a little baby boy at home, so for me as a mother, when he's asleep right now, I can have half an hour in another dimension, have some fun for mommy without going out of the house. This is really awesome. It's really nice. I really like the VR. It's a little bit addictive, I must say, but because it's so straining on the eyes, I would not do it longer than 30 minutes at the moment. And battery-wise, these boys run with AA batteries, and they run out after a week or so. We don't have it longer than a week now, but this is what people say. So we bought already rechargeable batteries to be more sustainable with these things. And with that baby, I heard it's around, I think 2-3 hours maximum. I'm not sure if I'm right. Please correct me in the comments if this is not right. But I heard it's really good to connect the external drive here. And this will also be very useful as a counterweight. And for all the girls, I've also noticed, can you hold that for a second? Have this kind of hairstyle, and then you can have here the strap, and the hair actually is a good grip as well. So this is what I'm doing at the moment. I don't know, how do you think with the way this is it for you?
Yeah, I really want to try the counterweight, because there is that thing that it starts pulling your head down. It is a little top heavy at the front. The reason why we always compare it to 3D is because 10 years ago, when Avatar came out, and then all these 3D movies, and everyone kept saying, oh, it's such a game changer, all movies are going to be 3D. And like, I never really liked it, because it is irritating on the eyes with this constant flashing stuff. And I was very skeptical of VR, and thought, well, they're calling this a game changer as well, but this is actually a game changer, which surprising.
And I also can't wait to play MMOs. Is it right?
Yes.
Yes. So
I've been teaching her the lingo. How good is that?
So it's massive multi player online game, something like that.
Yes, and what does MMORPG
Oh, no, not now, not. I don't know. What is it?
Role-playing game, RPG.
Okay. So this is something that we're really looking forward to do, and also different events. We heard we can buy VR tickets to live concert of Billie Eilish, for example. We really want to do that, and then you can connect with other people around the world.
And there's like meetings and stuff where you go into the like virtual realms, kind of like Second Life, only that you're actually there.
Yes, so this is fantastic, and also for business meetings or whatever, the possibilities are endless. We could go into Google Earth if the cable is long enough and have a look at our old homes in Amsterdam.
Well, we actually want to do that. Yes, tour Amsterdam, tour Vienna, tour Sydney, see the cities that we actually know really well, and then do a Google Earth thing and move around there and see how immersive and convincing is it for a place that you actually know.
And we bought the Oculus Quest with 449.
That was the 64 gigabyte thing. There's also a 128 gigabyte version, which is €100 more expensive. But the only thing that's for is just the amount of capacity you have on the Oculus to save the games. So with 64, it just means that you can't save as many games on it. So you'll just delete them and reinstall them and stuff, which I don't think is a problem.
Yeah, to summarize a little bit, we're really happy with the VR Oculus Quest, and it's fantastic. We want to do more gaming, and it's a little bit heavy. It's not perfect with the fit yet. Maybe they will have an upgrade. We can't wait what will come on the market with VR.
In China, there's a huge indoor VR gaming park thing where you can go and try out all these different things, and we definitely want to go there eventually. As you can tell, we are of course very excited about the VR, and we are going to try out more things with it. We're really looking forward to some of the games that are going to come out. And this is
connect
crazy.
with people around the world with VR. Like, let us know if you have a VR and want to talk to us with our avatar. We can.
We
do
want to
that.
make YouTube videos in VR as well, if we can figure out how to do that one day.
Just quickly to let you know, here are some images of games that we tried out, like Superhot, where you shooting around and you jumping around like crazy and hiding behind things, and it's really a lot of fun.
And then there's a game which is a lot like Zelda called Journey of the Gods, where you go from God mode into first-person mode, and you have a sword and a shield or a crossbow, and you kind of fight enemies. It's a lot like Zelda. It really reminds me of that. When you're in God mode, you can affect the environment around you. Like, for instance, you can grow and shrink trees, and you can take lightning from the clouds and throw it at enemies. It's really cool. We've also been trying out the Vader Immortal, which is a Star Wars thing. So far, we've only really done like the training lightsaber dojo things. Haven't actually tried the real game, but we'll do that next. Of course, there's also Sports Scramble, which is kind of like Wii Tennis, only that the racket keeps changing and then the ball keeps changing. That's a really interesting one, Sports Scramble. And of course, the plank thing. But we want to try Google Earth as well, because that looks awesome.
So we have this VR Oculus Quest since a week now. We're really happy with it, and we want to try out more things. If you have any advice or whatever for us, please let us know. If you have an VR at home, an Oculus Quest or whatever, and we can connect with each other, or you have any questions about moving to Amsterdam or whatever, we can do that now. We can do that in VR now. So this is fantastic.
That's sweet. Awesome.
Another topic. Thank you so much. We have over 3,000 subscribers.
How awesome is that? Huge milestone for us, yeah.
I didn't think that it is possible when we started, and I know in comparison to other channels it's still small, but we are very happy about that, very grateful. Thank you guys that you are part of our journey.
We haven't done a fitness challenge in a while, and what we're actually thinking is we want to see if we can combine the VR with a fitness challenge next. Maybe not next fitness challenge video, but that's definitely something that we want to achieve sooner or later, to make an actual fitness challenge, because there are fitness kind of things with VR, and we definitely want to try them out. All right. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever, and we'll see you later then.
Yeah, maybe on VR. Mwah.